So if the thought of selling, services or products is keeping you from, getting into this industry, or if you're in the industry and, selling services, products, so on and so forth, if you think that's one of the things that's keeping you from growing in this industry, then I promise you, you're not alone. One of the things that I had to get over mentally when I first got into sales years ago was the thought that, to be good at sales, I had to be, like a used car salesman or, like one of those Wall Street guys. I'm on the phone, I'm yelling, I'm snapping my fingers, I'm doing all these different things. Like that's really like one of the obstacles, one of the hurdles mentally that I had to get over in order for me to really start to break down some of those, those misconceived notions that, this is what I needed to be, tear those barriers down to really learn how to sell, how to connect with people. And once I was able to do that, things really took off for me, not only in the way that I view sales, but the sales that I was getting. If you're new to the channel, my name is Marcus Crockett. This is Clean Things Solutions, where we take all of the guesswork out of how to start and grow your commercial cleaning business. But by the end of this video, I'm gonna give you some tools that you can use that help you navigate some of those areas as it pertains to sales in this industry. But here's the thing, this video is not gonna be a long one, but I definitely want it to be useful. So if you get any value out of the video, make sure you go ahead and like the video, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel. If you're already subscribed, make sure you hit the notification bell and then go down to where it says all. So that way you're seeing all of the content that's coming out. Okay, so the biggest thing for me that I had to get over when it came to sales was understanding the difference between, persuasion and manipulation. Now, sales is not about manipulation. You're not in it to manipulate. Yeah, you could probably, swindle someone into making a bad decision and they'll give you money for it. But you're not going to be able to have any type of longevity because once they realize that you got over on them, you're never going to be able to get business from that person again. And they're going to tell other people about, some of your bad business practices, how you led them down the wrong path that let them make a wrong decision, which cost them money. So many other things. So stay away from manipulation when it comes to sales. Now, persuasion when it comes to sales is completely different. Persuasion isn't bad, and I'm going to explain why it's not bad. So this is a real situation that did happen. I'm at a walkthrough about 6 months ago, okay? And, the place where we went, it was a concrete floor. And, the owners of the building, they wanted us to basically, put wax on the floor so that it's shiny. Now, the reason why they wanted it to be shiny because it looked really dull. It looked, it looked worn. They wanted to have a strip and wax put on it and make it look like, make it look like a new floor again. Now, here's where, the manipulation part would come in. If I tell them, hey, yes, we can put strip and wax on that floor and do exactly what you want, right? And they pay us the money, we put the strip and wax on the floor and now it's done. Well, we put strip and wax on the floor, but they're not gonna be happy. And the reason why they're not gonna be happy is because they didn't have all the information that they needed to have to make an informed decision that would give them the result that they were looking for. So instead of us telling them, hey, yeah, we can go ahead and we'll do that for you, I had to persuade them away from the decision that they wanted to make into the right direction that would give them the results that they were looking for. Now, only reason why I know about the concrete floor situation is because I had a bad situation with concrete floors, and I know that you can't use all types of cleaners on concrete floors. It'll mess up the pH in the floor, and now you're gonna have this dusty, rusty looking floor that you're not gonna be able to get it fixed unless you go to a concrete specialist. Now, I had a concrete specialist on hand. I went ahead and connected those two. They did business together. I didn't ask for anything out of it, but we're gonna go ahead and take over that cleaning contract next year because I was honest with them. I was upfront with them. I persuaded them away from the decision that they were gonna make until the decision that they actually needed to make. Now they're happy with the floors. They're still unhappy with the cleaners because the cleaners are the ones that messed up the floors. But at least I gave them, useful information that got them the results that they were looking for. So we got that out of the way, right? So we know the difference between, manipulation and persuasion. Now, most of the selling that you're gonna do when it comes to, this industry is gonna be during the walkthrough, right? When you're building the relationship, you're doing the whole nine. You're getting in the door so that you can start serving this account. Now, this is what a walkthrough looks like for me. This is what a walkthrough looks like for, people that I delegate walkthroughs to do in my company. I'm back to doing, probably about 70% of them. I like doing walkthroughs, but this is the way it would look for me, okay? okay? So I'd go inside of the building, we exchange, greetings between myself and the decision maker or the receptionist, whoever it is, okay? Now, that person, whoever it is, even if it's the business owner, they're not used to doing walkthroughs. They're not used to, bringing people in and have them talk to them about cleaning. They 9 times out of 10, one of my marketing people reached out to them. They were in a need for cleaning services. So here we are. We're together. They're not used to the whole process. So what I do, especially since they have home court advantage, I want them to feel as comfortable as possible, okay? Now, I just have them show me around the way you would anyone else. And while they're showing me around, I'm asking qualifying questions. One, because I want to be able to build out a scope of work so that when I submit a proposal, it speaks to their needs. But then two, I need to know some of their pain points. And these are all things that I'm going to be asking. I'm always talking less during the walkthroughs. I'm always listening more. I'm getting feedback more, right? I'm validating certain concerns. They're not bringing us into the building because the building is clean. They're bringing us in because it's dirty, right? It's dusty. They haven't taken out trash. Behind the door, there's dirt that's been there. There's flies and there's all types of stuff that's going on, right? And I'm validating, hey, you guys made a good decision by allowing us to come in. Once we go through all of those things, now it's my time to say what we can do. At this point, I could say anything, right? I can say that we're the best cleaner in the world. It's all subjective. They're not going to know that we're the best cleaner for them until we get in and prove that we're better than the last cleaner who they just let go, right? So they're not going to know they're not going to know the difference. We have to, one, go ahead and tell them, like, this is how we'll be able to help you. This is probably some of the reasons why you're having problems with the current company. They're not doing this, they're rushing, so on and so forth, whatever. This is how we can help, and I will go ahead and educate them on how we can help. I'll educate them on certain cleaners we'll use. If it's a dental office, they're having these little black dots all over the floor. I'm able to educate them why you can't just mop those up. There's certain things that you have to do to make sure those get up, and they probably need a quarterly scrub. Because I'm telling them all of these things and I'm educating them, after I'm getting all the information, I'm letting them know how we can help them. Our bids are usually a little bit higher than what they're currently paying for. But I have to sell them on the idea that our service is going to be so much better. And once we sign those contracts, I have to deliver, right? I have to be able to go in and do follow-up calls and send in, quality inspection teams to make sure that we're servicing the client the way that we promised that we would service them, right? Because what that does is that now allows that client to tell their friend, their colleague, whoever, that, hey, my cleaning company, they came in, they did an amazing job. So the next time I have to go in and I meet with one of those friends, I don't have to sell nearly as hard as I had to because they already were referred. I was already referred to them by somebody that they know, like, and trust. It makes things that much easier. And this is just a small piece, right? There's so many other things that go involved with it, but I just really want to focus more so on the selling part. If you're having walkthroughs and you're not closing nearly at the rate that you want to close at, I have inside of the executive course, the link is in the description. I have a camera strapped to me. I'm going in, I'm asking questions, I'm engaging back and forth with the customer so you get to see in real time what it looks like to actually do a walkthrough. Now, if you're in a situation where you're like, I don't know if I want a course, that's fine, right? We can get a consultation, set up consultation. The link to the consultations are in the description. Go ahead and set those up. But guys, the main thing is that the selling piece is not as nearly as intimidating as it sounds, right? And this is one of the things that I struggled with so much in the past, not necessarily so much when I got to this industry, but I had a lot of sales jobs. I did, telemarketing. I did real estate finance. So many different things where I had to sell. Selling was, if you're not selling, right? They used to have a thing, smiling and dialing, when I was, doing cold calling, because if you don't sell, you don't eat, right? And that's kind of where I'm cut from. I'm cut from that area. But coming into this space, it's so much easier. And don't think just because, I have experience doing those things, it's easy for me. You can take real life experience that you have. It doesn't matter whether you're a teacher. It doesn't matter whether you're a nurse, it doesn't matter what experience you have real life experience, and it all translates. Think about, like, babies, right? Babies don't have any real world experience. They just know, but they do know how to persuade, right? They can persuade you to do what they want you to do, right? And they don't really have experience. So it's just a matter about how you deal with people, how you relate to people, letting them know that, you're there to service them. And, the more information that you're able to get from them, then the better you're going to be able to service them. Guys, that is it for today's video. Like I say, in the game of business, spectators only watch. Hustlers get into the game so they can win. I'm always dropping jewels, but the only way to be in position to pick them up is you have to like, comment, and subscribe. Once again, my name is Marcus Crockett. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.